right. There are some places that stop being just a town; they become a symbol, a name people attach to strange lights, hidden files, crash objects, government silence, and the feeling that the official story was never the whole story. Roswell, New Mexico, is one of those places. To the world, Roswell is the alien capital, a mystery on the map, a question that never really closed. But tonight, we're
Plus,
not talking about
hidden files.
Roswell from the outside. We're talking to someone who is born and raised there. For this guest, Roswell is not just UFO museums, crash history, uh, tourists hunting for answers. It's home. It is Mexican culture, good food, art, community, nerd culture, sci-fi fans, comic book lovers, gamers, curious travelers, and people from all over the world showing up because something about that town still pulls them in. My guest is tonight is Darko. Darko's 37, born and raised in Roswell, and has spent his whole life watching one of the strangest towns in America become a crossroads for mystery, culture, and imagination. Tonight, we're talking about Roswell from the inside, the UFO culture, the local vibe, the stories people tell, the people who come looking for something, and what it feels like when the place everyone else calls a mystery is the place you call home. So settle in, turn down the noise, and listen closely. The cracks in reality are widening. Darko, welcome to Escape the Matrix Radio. It's nice to meet you. So we got to chat a little bit here before we went live, of course. One of the things that we want to say, I said we was going to start saying it at the end of every show, but I want to say it at the beginning, because I feel like it brings a little bit of comfort. So me and Susie, my real life wife, and we are nerds. We are absolute nerds when it comes to the paranormal and things like that. And I want to say this real quick. We are ready to believe you. Now, if you know what that means, you get 10 extra bonus points. But if you don't, that's fine. That comes from Ghostbusters. In their show during one of the commercials, they actually say that we're ready to believe you, and we feel like that's kind of like how we are. We are open to believing everybody's story, because who are we to say that their story didn't happen, especially if we're not there. So, with that, first question I want to ask you right off the bat. Roswell is a mystery to the rest of the world, but to you, it's home. When did you first realize your hometown was not like other towns? Oh, wow. I never knew anything about a UFO McDonald's. I'm gonna legit. Roswell is probably one of the only places in the U.S. I have not been that I've wanted to go so badly. You know, Yeah, from of course the connection from my hometown to your hometown. That's the one of the big key reasons growing up. So originally I'm from Dayton, Ohio. And they say that all the wreckage went from Roswell to Wright Pat Air Force Base, which is in Dayton, Ohio. Um and so I grew up with some of the lore, if you will, of this UFO site, coming from your hometown. So, that's very interesting to me. And we'll talk about that here. We'll definitely jump into some of that. So, you were born and raised in Roswell. When people hear that, do they immediately ask you about the aliens? You know, a lot of people forget about the TV series. I guess it had a core following, but it really wasn't like a massive TV show. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yes, I forgot about that. Honestly, I did. Um, so people call Roswell like a crazy little town, known as the alien capital of the world, right? And so, what makes it crazy in the best way? That's cool. That's funny. I like that. The land of entrapment. Um, so does the UF culture, does this all like just feel normal to you? I guess it's not really a shock. It's just normal.
Well, being a resident there and the lens is obviously focused on extraterrestrial from the perspective of someone who actually lives there. What do you want people to know more about Roswell? It's not just aliens. We also have, or there's also been rumors of.
Oof.
Right. So as far as like the paranormal is concerned, we're not just aliens. We have there's a lot of Mexican and native lore that is actually they're not just stories, right? These are actually part of your reality or the reality of everyone there. So you have chupacabra, you said they have skinwalkers, they have cryptids. So Bigfoot, I'm assuming they have dogmen there too. Like their own version, right? Um have you had any experience with any of that or known someone directly who has had experience with that that you want to share with us? Mhm. Right, right.
Yeah.
Like,
For
and what's
me,
interesting is what in my mind, when you said we have that bottomless lake, I'm like, portal. Like, I didn't say it out loud, but it's not just a place where, yeah, right, right.
That's amazing to me. I've always been in that mind too, especially, getting into the UFO thing again real quick, but it for me was we went from we went from flying 3 miles an hour, basically gliding, to jet engine propulsion, to going to uh outer space, quote unquote, the moon, to all this other stuff in a short amount of time. And it all happened right after this crash that the government tried to say didn't happen. So that's always just surprised me so much. And it was cool to hear you bring that up because it's something that I always thought about as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So Roswell is like more serious about the UFO mystery. Does it, or do they lean into the fun side of it?
What do you mean?
I was gonna say, what's the
So
fun side of you?
well, I
Like,
mean, well, is what I mean? I guess in a sense is, do they take it like very seriously as it's in like the heartbeat of the town, or do they just kind of just go with the strings to make it a tourism kind of activity?
Meaning, like, do the locals actually really believe
Right.
in it, or is it just part of the tourism? Like,
uh, I think 50-50. I think half believe and half don't. If that makes sense. Like, everybody's
mhm.
entitled to their own beliefs of things. I'm not trying to force it. Nobody's gonna force nothing on nobody. Whether you believe is your choice. Um, I believe, for one, that they are that they're out
Hmm.
there, definitely. Like all of these new files of things coming undone.
Yeah. Exactly.
Again, Trump's like,
Exactly.
oh, but we're for the people, this, that, or the other. We're gonna show you all these files. Like, okay, it's nothing like we didn't
Like, that's old
already
news.
know.
Yeah.
We've known this for
Right.
75 years, so
Right.
y'all just are the ones that are like, shh, we can't handle this right now. Like, okay, and then Trump's like, no, we're gonna do this. Let's do this. Okay.
I mean, so has that maybe like sparked more interest into Roswell itself, or into we'll just say like your area. It doesn't necessarily have to be Roswell. I mean, when I think of Roswell, I also think of like, Area 51 and the high desert and being out there where the city lights don't interrupt your sky view. We don't have that luxury. We're here on the East Coast in Atlanta, and when we look into the sky, we always got the glow of the city lights. um Whereas out there, you have nothing blocking your view, so you probably get to see weird or strange things all the time. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely do.
That
From
really
stars falling to, strange lights in the sky to the moon being red, being orange, being blue, being white, like depending on the season. The city lights definitely don't bother here. I'm like, we're a small town, we're not a big city like you guys.
right.
There are big
Right.
cities here, but not here. Here we're small. We're small, but we're good. It's it's big enough for us, if that makes
I love
sense.
that. No, yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Small town, seems like a big city to a lot of people, especially when that's where you grow up, and you said you guys call it entrapment. Um, it
Yeah.
kind of becomes that way. I get it. I definitely get it. Um, so what does it mean? I guess, what does it mean to live in a town people call like the alien capital of the world? What does that mean to you guys, locals?
We're just like, whatever. Okay, whatever you say. Eh, it's not a big deal for us. For some, it is. I'm sure. For me, it's it's really bringing, like I said, people together. It brings people from different countries, different cultures. They want to believe. They want to believe, so they have to come here to see it for themselves. They want to see the museum. They want to go out to the crash site. They want to go, touch things, interact with things that are not from here. They want pictures. They want information. They want history. Going back with different interactions. So we have all that here for people. So where else can you find all that in one space? You know, I mean, can
Sure.
you go to Area 51? No.
Right.
So when they come here, it's the second best thing from Area 51 is New Mexico, is Roswell. So they have something that they can physically see and touch and interact with and be like, oh shoot, whether they believe it's like I said, it's on them. If they see things for themselves, they see things for themselves. For myself, like, yeah, I believe because I've seen, stars here and there, things in the sky. I was like, oh, it's a weather balloon. But is it really a weather balloon? Like, why do we have so many? Why do we need,
Hmm.
you know? And I was like, oh, but they say that they're white. Why is this one silver? Like, and then having different, like, dreams about UFO things too. Like, people were like, oh, they're trying to talk to you through your dreams. I'm just like, um, I don't know. I assume maybe. Maybe they are, maybe they're not.
I
As a
kind of want to,
local, wait,
yeah,
let me ask this though. As a
yeah.
local, where would you go, or where would you like? Because like you said, when visitors come, they go to the museums. They go. I mean, it's everywhere, right? The marketing is everywhere. But for those who live there, and it's one of those, if you know, you know. Tell us some about of those places where the locals go to, or that they avoid because they know, you know, don't go there. Or if you do go there, you're going to experience this or interact or come into contact with this.
I don't think local people have a problem with the tourists that come from places. Like, I think it's a good thing to have those interactions with different kinds of people. We're very people-y people. Like, we try to be, nice and not like rude or stuck up. Like, don't get me wrong, that's out there, no problem. We're gonna find that everywhere. But I think a lot of us kind of like, oh, cool, like new people are coming into town. Like, everybody knows everybody here. Like, this town is small. You can't sneeze and somebody be like, bless you. So we know everything about everyone. If you're not here and born here, then you're touring, or you just moved here for a business or a doctor or whatever. But mostly when you're born and raised here, you're literally related to everyone here, so you know everyone here. So when new people come in, you're like, cool, like something new, some people that will bring different perspective or bring different something different to the table to kind of let share stories, and you trade and interact with people with their interactions with UFOs and different cultures of things and bringing their culture. Like, I've had people from the Netherlands, have people from Sweden, people from Germany come here, so if it's not just UFOs, it's for, like I said, the culture and, the different, we have so much stuff here in New Mexico.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. And what I meant was like if I were to come as a visitor and you would say, "Oh yeah, sure. If you wanted to, see this, yes, we have our museums, but like listen, if you really want to experience such and such, you got to go here. But you got to be careful." Like that,
You
like
know,
those
yeah.
places.
Like
Like,
like we have to slide you a $10 bill to get us access to like the place.
That place. I think the crash site is mostly where like people like that want to see, like, where did it crash? What does it look like there? Like, is it a crater? Is it a farm? Like, can we go see it? Can we, like, interaction kind of thing? That would be
mhm,
what
mhm.
somewhere to go. And then obviously the sinkholes. Like, why is there so many fucking sinkholes over here? Like, it makes no sense.
Mm.
What are they for? And then they're like, be careful, don't fall in because we couldn't rescue you. Like, there's some of them are empty, some of them are full, some of them are deep, and some of them are shallow. So it's a mystery.
Wow. Okay.
I would like to check that out for sure. The sinkholes always, yeah, that'd be something. So like when is there like a story that the locals know? Kind of just going back to the crash, is there a story that like the locals tell versus the story that the tourists know about? Is there like two different stories there?
Um, I don't think that there's two different stories. I think they're pretty much they have to align,
Mm,
because the government, has their we try to cover everything up, say it was just an airplane crash, but then you
Mhm.
have like the farmers like, no, it was an actual alien, like I saw them, and the debris, and they told me to hush hush this, that, or the other. Like, you can buy these newspapers here that are reprinted, obviously, but they're reprinted over and over again that you can actually buy one for yourself about, the crash site, and the alien is like on the front page and everything. Like, I think that they actually came and what I was kind of like looking at with the atomic bomb, because the atomic bomb was made here in New Mexico also. After
Right.
World War II,
Mm-hmm.
Oppenheimer,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Project Mockingbird.
yeah. So that was all
Yeah.
in Los Alamos, New Mexico. So after that happened, that's when all the UFO stuff started triggering more and more and more and
Mhm.
more. Like it was like to me, I think it was like a signal, like, hey, we live here, to the everywhere else, and so
Hmm.
uh, it's that to me is like, because after that, that's when the crash happened. That's when all this start crop circle. That's when people are like interaction, abductions, and then they have their fantasy things with aliens and things. So it's like it all ties together. Like we kind of invited them here. Why are you people so scared? Like, did you really think like we're the only ones? Like, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hmm. So you just brought up something interesting. I made a little note to swing back to it here in a minute, because I totally didn't even think about that being around your neck of the woods out there. But um, so but before we get to that, what do you think happened back then? Clearly you believe it, as do I.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I guess for most of us, that don't live in Roswell, that live in, even further, just far away. It's not somewhere we could get to in just a couple hours.
Right,
We hear a narrative, and we've heard that narrative, like you said, for like the past 75 years. First thing, it was definitely a UFO that crashed, and then the very next day they give us the really bad story of it being a weather balloon and them holding up the weather balloon that they said they retrieved. Meanwhile, this thing was already, at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, but what do you think really happened back then? And this could be based off of, personal, investigation that you've done yourself. Maybe, I don't know what maybe you did it as a book report when you were younger. I don't know. And then of course, like local farmers, you get to hear those stories firsthand of and passed down from, when it originally happened.
right.
What do you think happened?
I think they were checking on us, honestly, and there was a bad, uh, like electric storm, and then that happens a lot in here in the desert. Different frequencies of electricity in the clouds and different things, and the weather changes so much from one blink of the eye to the next. Hot, cold, raining, windy. The winds here are crazy, crazy strong. We have sandstorms, so I think that they were just checking it out, checking us out, and got caught in an electric storm, which ended them crashing into this farm. And this is just, my own calculation of things, not it's not written anywhere, but that, just what's heard between the stories, between the lines of my own perspective of what actually happened. Is that they were just caught into a storm, crashed, didn't mean to get caught, but obviously they did, and they crashed, and the farmers freaked out, didn't know what to do, called the cops. Cops come check it out. Cops have no clue what the hell it is, don't know how. How can this be anything that's from here? Like, it's technical, makeup of the ship itself or the wreckage that was around the area where it landed has never been seen before. They have people, because in Roswell there used to be a military base here. We call it just the base now, but the military base there actually holds the second longest runway airstrip, in the United States. So it was kind of really important. So they thought maybe, another country was trying to bomb and missed and hit the outskirts of the city instead of the city or the base itself, because it was right towards the north side of town, where the base is at the south end of town. So I think that they thought that maybe we're trying to be attacked. No, that didn't check out. So they, police and the military got together, checked it out, and telling the farmers, you can't come out here no more until we're done with our investigation. So I think that's actually like what actually happened versus them trying to cover everything up. Like I truly believe like something did crash, so That's just all of my
and
own
and
perspective of it all that happened.
and it wasn't just a weather balloon.
No, I don't think so.
Right, right. I there's too many things, especially when they brought in Right Pat at the time. There's just too many things that led me to believe as well that it's just not a weather balloon. You don't say that it's something. You don't transport that something, to across the United States to another very well known Air Force base at the time,
Right.
um and then immediately change your story, and then let's not, to bring that into like a kind of full circle moment, and then from that same military base, Right Pat, you start Project Blue Book,
Hmm.
and that's the headquarters, and it's like, okay, why is all this? Of course, there's so many sketchy things growing up in Dayton that we heard about Right Pat as well. My dad actually owned a mowing business for a long time, and we did quite a few lawns there on the base itself. And it was always you had to check in, you couldn't go, you had to tell them where you were going, and they told you the route to get there.
Oh yeah.
um and it was always just very mysterious.
Oh yeah. That's like out
With
here at White Sands, the rock where they test missiles and things. Like you have to have clearance
Mhm.
way before you can get anywhere out there. Clearance on clearance, top secret clearance,
Right.
licenses, applications have to be filled, background checks. Like it's military. Yeah. But you always wonder like why. It's just supposed to be a bunch of sand, like what's out here. Honestly, like
Hmm.
you're never gonna find out.
Sorry, I thought you had something to say,
No,
sweetheart.
no, no, no. Just saying, like
um
in the clearance of everything, like the military has a lot that it hides from us. We don't know why, and we're not allowed to, take anything from our experiences there other than what we remember. So,
So okay, so let's spin this just a little bit here. I'm gonna come back to my little note that that I mentioned here in just a little bit. But so you mentioned being Mexican and growing up, around the culture, the food, the art, and the community. How did that shape your version of Roswell?
it's just very Mexican oriented. We're everywhere here. Where you can go to other places, and the ethnicity of the majority is different. Here growing up, it was always just mostly, me and my cousins and me and my friends who are mostly Mexican. And as time goes by, the town starts to grow. You can bring in other ethnicities, and you're like, oh crap, okay, cool. So now we get different Asian food. You know, different cultures start to mix into it and into your family and different things. So growing up with the Mexican culture was great, from the food and, you have Cinco de Mayo, you have Halloween, Dia de los Muertos, and just different things that just come together that make home home is great. It's just great.
So, from the lens of your culture, what are some local beliefs or things that even you do within your own family that are uh, to protect yourselves? Because you know, and tia knows, and abuela knows. Like maybe they might not talk about it, but we know. So, like, what are some of the, or even just some of the things that they tell you, like, like you don't go down there. You have no business being at such and such place
Yeah, yeah,
at this time of night. Close the windows,
yeah.
close the, you know what I mean? Like, so what are some of the things that have been passed that you've heard within just your family, um, or in your area that everybody in that area just knows?
Oh, so growing up here, I used to stay at my aunt's house a lot, okay? And she used to live next to the Hondo, which is just like a river. It's mostly dry unless it rains, of course, so it's seasonal. But then my aunts, they're always, oh, you gotta go play outside all day long. We didn't have
Mhm.
consoles and computers in the 90s, so we stayed outside playing, riding our bikes. But there she's like, oh, you better come inside before those lights come out. The Yorana's gonna come get you. We're like, what is that?
Oh no.
They
What is
pulled the
that?
Girona card.
The
Yeah.
Verona card, yeah.
I was like, what is that? So she's like, you know, the Llorona, the mom, the mother that killed her children from disobedience. And I'm like, what? I don't want to get murdered by this person. Like, oh my God. And she's like, and definitely don't go in the Hondo. Don't go in the Hondo because you'll get swept away with the water. I'm like, what water? We used to ride our bikes through there, you know, coming down the hill and down the road and racing this and that or the other. So, but mostly was a lot of it was thrown at us was the Llorona. At the end of the street, you know, you're going to see her at the end of the street light, you know, if you're not inside the house when those street lights come on, she's going to get you. Like,
Did
That's
she ever?
messed
Not-
Has
up.
she ever showed up, or have you known like someone or a friend that like you saw the Llorona?
so
We heard the Llorona.
no, but the friends were like, let's call her, you know, in the bathroom. And I was like, no. Like,
You're like, oh no, I'm good.
they're trying to like summon her like Beetlejuice. And I was like, I don't think that's how that works. But I mean, if you want to try it, you're more than welcome to. I'll be outside. I'll be over here.
You're like, not in my house.
I was like,
Oh my
maybe at
gosh.
your house, but not mine. Like, no.
Summon like Beetlejuice. I love that.
That's how that they would call her, though. If you're supposed to light a candle in your bathroom, you know, and with
Yeah.
lipstick or something red, dry erase marker, whatever you have, you know, you put right on the window and say it 3 times, and she's supposed to show up into the mirror, you know, to go, like whatever.
No, thank you.
No, definitely
No,
not.
thank you.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen too many sketchy videos of Girona that I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, I don't want anything to do with that.
It's a
Right.
sad story. Like the real story is a sad story. But I personally believe it's real. I believe like the Llorona.
And it's crazy.
There is an
'cause
entity. There is an entity. I see.
It's crazy because our culture isn't the only culture that has one.
Right. Right. The lady in white, the
Mhm.
wailing woman. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Banshees. Like.
Yep. But even in Asian culture, they have one too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then
I think
you know,
she's even creepier, but
yeah, that's when the ring stuff
don't even
starts
wanna
to
talk
come and
about her.
happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Stay
I
away
was
from
gonna
the
ask if it
wells.
was like, I was gonna ask if it had something to do with like the ring lady.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. I
Yeah.
mean, so we can say what we want on here, and but we like or like the ring bitch, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause
Definitely,
that
that's
is
a fuck that moment.
yeah, that's the sketchy. That's sketchy as all get out,
Right.
man.
Mhm.
All the cuckoos come out. No.
The the boogeyman, the cuckoo.
Mhm.
I do that to my daughter too. That's not nice.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? One of the best things that ever happened to me was Mary and Susie here because like her culture,
Aw,
her culture
he wants
came into
brownie
mine.
points.
I learned so many new words. I learned
Right.
so many new
It's contagious.
yeah,
Yep.
like you know
It's
the
contagious.
stories of like all these stories I got like a better firsthand knowledge of now just because of like Susie herself, you know.
But
So
I feel
that's
like
awesome.
Latin people are contagious. Like we're a different kind of
They,
people.
Yeah.
you ain't lying.
But even the spirituality of it though, right? Like how we venerate our dead.
Mm-hmm.
And they even like on the Orthodox we have All Saints Day, pero the Dia de los Muertos, like that's something that I introduced him to, and that to where we celebrate his fallen as well. So
Right.
it's
Did you?
we're our culture is a very spiritual culture, and I feel like we're very in tuned and in alignment with the energies.
Energy
So.
itself.
Mhm.
Energy and auras itself, and getting energy from the people, from different people. I feel like we're more of a people reader from Latino people than other
Yes,
people.
I agree.
I
And
love
then
it.
even online, even online, like we're online, we're sitting here, but the energy that is being transferred between us as people just talking, like you can feel a definite, very like calm, relaxing, cool, you know, because that's just how we are as a person.
And a recognition too, like
Yeah.
instantly between Hispanics, like, oh, you're gente, okay, you're gente, you know what I mean? Like it's just a knowing, right?
Right. Right. So when you find other, you know, Latin American people or just Latin people in general, because I have a friend that's from Spain, you know, and he speaks just Spanish all day long, 24/7, Spanish, Spanish, Spanish. He wants to learn English. And I said, okay, well, the only way you're going to learn is by talking to me more, you know, in calls and in calls, joining people to learn. That's the only you're going to learn faster,
Mhm.
you know. But, you know, he got to talk to my real dad, and he's from Spain, and they could talk in Spanish like nonstop, like crazy. And they hit it like on the nail, like on the head. They just hit it off so good, so fast, like easy. It was like they known each other for a long time. They just barely met, so it was great. That's what I like about Second Life, is meeting people from everywhere coming together, you know. And it's
Sure.
Absolutely.
such a great thing to do. Like, people try to say so many bad things about Second Life. I don't have a lot of bad things.
No, I mean
What are
we've all got our moments and things. That's for sure. But yeah, all in all, it's a good place for, well, like you said, meeting new people, learning new cultures, community, of course. Um, a lot of these people we would have never met whatsoever, if it wasn't for this platform. So yeah, I get it.
Definitely.
Sweetheart,
what
you
are
was
some
about to say something. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, what are some of the it's a follow-up. What are some of the local traditions that you do to protect yourselves from?
I don't do the whole huevo thing, if that's what you're asking. I don't put the egg under my bed or rub it
You
over my head.
mentioned the huevo.
No. That's I don't know. That's old. Shoot, that's some shit that my grandparents would do.
Are we talking about like
Yes.
the huevos that has like
Yes, honey.
that'll
I
get
taught him
the
that.
black spirit inside of it
Right,
when you
you
crack
do
it?
the
Yeah,
prayers over
yeah,
the person. It's
yeah,
usually the
Sana
Apostles'
sana
Creed,
konina
and then you.
konana.
hmm
yeah.
I
I
don't
know
I
what you're
don't
talking about now.
I don't do that, no. But I knew what she meant. I knew what she was going with. in the rosary of everything, where people,
hmm
and that's very much a Catholic. When you go through, Mexican heritage, most of it is Catholic. It's not Christian. So in the different religions of things, some people have different
Yeah,
practices to what they
Right,
do to
right.
protect themselves.
right.
I did not grow up Catholic, so I grew up non-denominational Christian, actually. But even then, still, like, there's still things you come
Like
across
in
and
our
encounter
house,
in your
we ate our
life.
eggs. We didn't rub it on our bodies.
Well, I'm sure one of my friends took an egg to put it under their bed while they slept over, so okay,
Wow. Okay.
let's not crack that in the morning. Throw it away. um,
The listeners are like, "What is this thing about the egg?" Look it up.
yeah. Look it up.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
I do know that Darko, you have some people on your live chat that are tuned in listening to you right now.
Yeah.
Um, so awesome. Hi people.
Hi, Crypto, Tasha, Jenny. They're all there. They're like, oh, I believe in UFO at McDonald's. Yeah, Crypto is from the Netherlands. He actually came to Roswell to see the UFO stuff. He came to visit, and we DJ'd here and there at a
Oh,
friend's
Oh,
that's
barn.
awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely fun. Hopefully, he gets
we'll
to
have
come
to
back and do it again.
get them online on the show to see what kind of
Definitely.
the stories they have over in the Netherlands. What kind of paranormal
Tasha
local
says
lore?
hello.
There you
Definitely.
go, There you go, Crypto. Get in the Discord so we can chat.
Right.
Um, I'll send you a message or something. Jump in the Discord though. So we was talking about the chupacabra.
Troopy.
Can you? Yeah, tell me what are the stories that people tell around there about it?
First off, what is the chupacabra? Gotta explain that one
Wh-
first.
Go for it. Go for it. Explain it to me so that I don't get it wrong.
Oh, I mean, it's different for everyone. Some are like, oh, it's
I
just
say that thing gets around.
this weird shape-shifting animal that transforms from a dog into this weird sucking demon. uh,
Like legit though, do you think it's a skinwalker?
I do. I actually think that it
Me
is a
too. I too.
skinwalker.
I agree. I
The
agree.
Mexicans just label it as the chupacabra. They made it into their own stories, because different cultures. But the skinwalker is from more of a Native American side of things than the Mexican folklore. That's where the difference between skin and the chupacabra thing comes from. Anyways, so farmers they own mostly like sheep. They like mostly sheep and goats. And no, Crypto is not
hmm
shy. He's lying. Um, they suck the blood out of these animals, and they're left there. They don't eat them. They just suck the blood out of
No, they
them,
just take exactly their life force, the essence
and that's it.
is
Which
what they
is
take.
blood, and you're just you don't have, like, yeah, there's wild dogs and coyotes and foxes and things, but no predator that is within the natural realm of things is gonna not eat and devour a sheep or a lamb or a ram or a goat or a deer. Like, they're gonna eat it. They're not just gonna
Right. There's
suck.
literally no damage to the carcass other than the two holes
Yeah,
or
like
however many holes to drain the blood.
Exactly. It was like a vampire came, but what? No, it's the
And
chupacabra.
for those that don't know, the name actually literally is translated to goat sucker,
Hmm.
because like like Dark Soul said that the majority of the victims of Fumi are either goats or sheep or just the small cattle. Because I don't think the chupacabra, I mean, not that I've seen one, I don't want that, but like from what I've been told in the renderings, it's not a very large creature.
No, it is.
Is it?
It is. There is a
Okay.
video that went viral not too long ago that my sister was telling me about. She
You have to
cannot
send it.
find. She can't find it. She can't find it.
Oh,
It's banned. She saw it. She showed it to me. I was like, "What the heck?" And then after we saw it, like it was gone. It was completely gone. And it was okay. This thing was walking around. Thought it was a dog, just chilling, in a random farm. They thought it was their dog, but it was starting to get night, come dusk. The nightfall, sunset, this, that, or the other. It starts to get darker, anyways. So then they have the cameras around the house, kind of watching things, and they see this dog transform into something else, and then stands up on its hind legs like a tall
a
ass
dog
person.
man.
Yeah, like, and devours this animal. It's crazy, but we've never found it again. It's gone.
Wow.
The only video I ever seen, and which is this is totally new to me, is I thought they were small, but I mean the skinwalker thing. Obviously, me and Susie have talked about that before, where we've kind of come to an agreement where we think just the lore of what we've heard makes it kind of the same lore as like a skinwalker would be.
Definitely.
But the video I remember seeing, now this video when I seen it was probably 10, 15 years ago, and it might have been a little older than that, but it was and you might know the video, when I start explaining it here. It was basically like, two cops were out driving down a road, and they were able to video this dog-like creature that was running in front of them.
Mm.
Mm,
That kind of
mm,
just, I can't remember how the video ended, but like the dog did not look right. It wasn't
mm.
like it was, it had mange or something like that. Although it did kind of look like it had mange, I'll be honest. But
It's like
it,
that
but
doggo was not dogging.
yeah,
Right?
that dog wasn't dogging very
This
well.
is definitely not
Um,
Fido.
and it was to the point where these local cops that were driving through the area, like, they needed to videotape it because they were like, something's not right with this dog. And when
Right?
it comes to, when it comes from like an authority like that, like police, when it comes from somebody like that, there's I don't want to say there's more validity, but there is. You know what I mean?
There
They're cops.
definitely is. There definitely
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Like,
they see a lot of the stuff that, people don't usually see, and not necessarily paranormal, but, like, if they say, "Hey, something's wrong with this," like, you kinda take it for face value at that point.
for sure, for sure. I mean, like cops now have body cams. Like you can't edit those. You can't go in through those and edit them at all. Like they don't even have
Right.
access to do that. Things that are caught on those things are caught on those things. It's like people now with their car cameras, who go around and they're driving and they catch randomness happening too, which I wish I had this. Cause
We say that every time we see a video like that. We're like, we need to get one.
like why couldn't we have grown up where we were, having these dash cam things and catching all of our weird things? Because do you know about the Lobos in the mountains?
You mean like the dog men?
No,
Like the
no.
wolf men?
They're just wolves, but they're like, I guess another culture that'd be like dire wolves.
Oh
But
no.
here, they're in Mexican folklore, they're called Lobos. So they're a breed of wolves that are twice, three times as bigger than your regular wolves. So my sister was telling me a story that she was driving up through Ruidoso, which is an hour away, and people go there for skiing and casinos and movies and casino mostly.
Mhm.
Visiting family. We have a what you call it, a
Un
um
campo, like a wrench.
well, yeah, I have a few cousins up there that have horse ranches and things. So, but there's a racetrack over there. Okay, so we had a
Mm.
cousin. Like I said, there's a jockey, and they had their ups, there before they got big and everything. From Dexter to Rito. So, but anyway, so she was just going up there for a family outing, driving up through the mountains, and there's a lot of twists and turns, and it's getting late. And my brother was with her at that time, and they're older than me, and she was driving up there to meet up with some family, but she had pulled over real quick because she was getting tired, and he was like, "No, we need to go. We need to go." And she's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because there's this wolf thing over there, like staring at us. We need to go." And she's like, oh shit, yeah, we need to go.
Mm.
And she's like, if we didn't leave, that thing would have came after us, because I guess there was like a deer on the other side of the road that it was stalking, and it ended up running across the street, and she saw it in the rearview mirror. She said this dog was as big as the damn car. This wolf thing was as big as the car. Like, it was bigger
Do you,
than the deer that it was trying to take down.
so this is actually physical. This isn't like interdimensional. Like this is an actual
Yeah, physical. This is an
physical being.
actual physical thing that she saw, in the rearview mirror driving away, because the brother was like, I gotta go. We gotta go.
That's wild. I've never. I mean, I've heard of dire wolves, but I've never heard of an actual um incident or story like this.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
have it's
right.
I didn't.
definitely a New Mexican thing here, because even our uh basketball team is called the Lobos. So it made
Wow.
sense.
Okay.
Oh,
So
the college.
are they
Yeah,
meant
the
to be
college, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
are they like familiar? Like, are they supposed to be protectors in the culture, or are these like bad, like the chupacabra or the skinwalkers, where like you don't mess or call on any the lobos, or it's
I think they're more
like the
of like
cool.
protecting of their area, like they protect
Okay.
more than like
Okay.
they don't like the outsiders of people, because outsider people can bring in some bad juju, and they don't like that.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Well, I'm not going to
That's
Roswell.
interesting.
I'm not
He's
gonna
like, I've changed
talk
my
about
mind.
my son's like, talk about the deer lady that kills unfaithful men.
Yes, please. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
to hear
do it.
this. This is
Yes.
why we do
No,
this.
wrong sibling. I need to ask your auntie about. I mean, your grandma. Sorry. I don't know that one too well.
Oh, I thought,
Oh, well,
man.
well,
All right, so hold on. Let me
abuela, and then we'll bring you back, because I want to know.
Yeah.
I've
hold on.
never heard of this.
Yeah,
You
definitely
said
will
deer
come back.
sucker?
No,
No.
there's a Native American culture. There's a woman who has a deer head for a woman that she kills unfaithful men.
What? Okay. Well,
Cool.
I just made a note of this.
Definitely will come back to that.
Yes. Wow.
She appears on the
So
reservation.
I'm seriously making a note of this.
Well, we
What
know
about
people that
the?
lived on the reservation, so we'll have to ask them.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, let's do that.
I know a lot of people.
What about the brujas? Do you have a bruja story?
So, yes, I do, but it's kind of personal. But I'll still share,
Oh, okay. If
because
you don't want to share, it's
Well,
okay.
hey, yeah,
no,
seriously, if something's too
it,
personal, you don't worry about it. But
it's fine. It's fine. Because I don't
oh,
believe on that side of things, because I'm more of like the positive, lighter thing, not so much the darker things. But
right.
that's
Well,
definitely
I'm only
something
asking
that's
because you mentioned
true.
it.
Right, but it's
Okay.
definitely something that is true. People should know. These things are like, if you they're it's not real. Like, yes, it is.
Yes, they
Don't
are. Just like
don't fuck
skinwalkers are. Yeah.
don't fuck with people when they tell you that they practice, these things, because it's not something you just pick up. It's something that's
Right.
passed down from generation to generation. It's not something that you can just, oh, one day I'm gonna be a bruja. Like, no, you can't.
Do you know what that means, babe?
I know we've talked about it
It
before, but
means witch, but like that story we were
okay.
talking about, what the two sisters in Appalachia, that they, yeah,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. So
Like
definitely,
everybody knows that person is what they are.
yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
So in my family, there was one, I'm not gonna say who, but there was one,
Mhm.
and she would, people would go to her give her money for like love things, love potions,
Mhm.
whatever, love charms and cantations, tarot readings, this, that, or the other, and then she's just someone you just don't mess with, because she will definitely put and throw some shade your way. You did not stand a chance getting rid of it. So you just don't mess with them. So yeah, no, but the experiences with it, like personally, I had like I got sick, and I had COVID, and I was in the hospital for 5 months, and I was in a coma for 2 of those months, and I had
Oh
the
no.
weirdest dreams ever. But a part of it
Mm.
had to do with that side of things, I think, because it was like uh her trying to tell me things are gonna be okay, that I'm gonna come out of this and be okay. But the dream that was
Okay.
sent was like, really dark, like a lot of weird darkness. But it made sense to me because it was like generational like curses, and she was showing me like in
Mm.
different heirloom things that were passed down that needed to get rid of because they have bad spirits on them. So as soon as I
Oh,
woke up
wow.
and was good to go, and
You're
able
like,
to
it's time to
fully
clean the
function,
house.
yes. So that was the first thing I did. I asked my dad, I said, "Where is this ring?" He's like, "Why do you care about that ring?" And I said, "Because I had a dream while I was in coma. Like, this ring needs to be got rid of, or blessed, or taken to a priest or something. You need to do something with it. Get rid of it. Do something with this." And he did it, thankfully. Like, he's like, "Why?" And I said, "Because there's a bad like aura around it. There's a bad curse on this ring."
Is there any? Yeah.
That she talked to me after the fact, and she's like, "Yeah, if nobody would believe me about that stupid ring, so I had to show you this way for you to believe me." And that there's a whole like backstory to it, that it was just from a bad
Wow.
marriage, it was from a bad cheating relationship, this, that, and the other, and that
It's
you needed
trauma.
to
Yeah.
get rid of. And if that thing didn't get rid of, that trauma was just gonna keep following and following and following for generations, and she was tired of it. She was tired of
Es
seeing
como
it.
un veneno. It's like a poison that
Yeah,
it just keeps getting passed to family member to family, and they don't know, right?
definitely.
That's the scary part. Is like you don't know. I mean, that's the same reason why you don't take objects from things that don't belong to you. You don't take objects from cemeteries, or like I
Mm-mm.
personally, I don't do estate sales. Like hell no, because
No.
you don't because you don't know what's in whatever it is you're buying.
Your garage sale,
Wow.
fine. Yard sale, fine. As long as it's a lawnmower, like we're cool, But if it's like Annabelle all over
Jewelry.
again, hell
Yeah,
no.
no. Mm-mm.
Annabelle can
Yep.
stay where she is. We're good.
I got my own
That's
trauma. I don't need someone else's.
No, no, no.
honestly, that's so fascinating to me, though. That's I don't want to say it's a story, but I mean that's a really good like story. You know what I mean? That's not
Like,
trying to diminish that at all. That to me that brings so much validity to it. Is that you were in a you were in a tough spot, being in a coma, and you remember a dream while you were in that coma,
there were several
and when you
dreams. Yeah, and it was
right,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, this one in particular though, when and then like you tell your dad like, "Hey, where's this ring?" And the moment, I mean, with the culture, with the Hispanic culture, like you gotta, it's like it's like if somebody tells you, "I had a dream while I was in the coma that this ring needed to be gone," like to me that would have been like done. You know what I mean?
Oh, he
Like
did.
without,
He got
yeah,
rid of
Yeah,
without
it.
yeah. We
question,
listen.
yeah,
We
He
listen. Yeah.
he definitely
yeah,
he. Oh man, when people say sage your house, please do it. Please do it.
right,
Right.
Like, and
right,
just yearly at least. Get rid of it. Get rid of the badness that's in your life. Get rid of it in any way that you culturally believe, spiritually believe, physically believe.
hmm
Just do it. Because
It's true.
you don't want
Attachments.
you just don't. And people get so attached to things, different things, artifact, article of clothing, a ring, a jewelry, a person. Like, it's crazy, but definitely was an experience to dream something. And it sucks growing up in this happening often to me, like dreams of death, and then it actually happens. Like, it's horrible, but it happens.
Do you think it sounds like you have abilities?
I do.
Do you? Okay. I was. Yeah.
I do. It's not something I'm not like ashamed of. It's just part of like the culture and the way that I was grown and raised. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
No. Yeah. I
something
get it.
to be afraid of when you know that it's something that protects you.
Yep. Un dueño.
Yeah.
So for you, you have. Um. Can't think of the name of it, but basically, it's like what we call, and my grandma would call like dream sight.
Yeah. Definitely that. Not only that, it in seeing shadows of in different places, traveling
You know
everywhere.
what? Same. Like I.
Just
And this is
having
probably for another story, another podcast, but like there are abilities that run in my family. My daughter has the sight. I mean, she's been seeing spirits since she was 3 months old. I see it, but what's messed up is like I tend to see the dark things, like
but
mostly.
you see the dark things because you can handle it, where she can't, where she's not enough experience to be calm about it, where she may get scared. You're probably more of a calmer, more sturdier, solid person in yourself as a person with your confidence.
Mm.
that you're able to see these things because they want you to see that they're there. They may not do nothing to you or to your family or anything, but they just want you to know that they're there,
Right,
which is
right.
fine. You know, awareness of people, a person would want you to be aware of their presence if they're around, you know, like why wouldn't spirit?
True. Or at least so I can warn others. Like,
Right. But they're there for
that's
a reason.
interesting.
But they're there for and not all shadows and things are bad.
True.
Not all dark things are bad or evil or you know, oh my god, I see the shadow in the corner of my eye like all the time and it's so what? Like let them just chill. When you start to provoke them, that's when they provoke you back.
Right.
When you
Yeah.
start
The
to
fear. Yeah.
irritate them and you become afraid of them, that's when they start to move things. And it's when they start to want you out of their space. Like if you can't coexist, then what are you doing?
That's true.
Dang. I was letting you guys go, man. You were cooking.
Can go
Sorry.
all day.
No, you guys were like I was just zoned in, like listening for real. That was awesome. Honestly, that's very good content.
Well, I'm glad you're
Wow.
enjoying it because it's just been like I said, I come with a lot of stories of different things in different culture, different things we can
It's
talk
your
about.
life.
It's
Yeah.
just happening. It's happening.
I definitely want to go in more to this. Like we're gonna have you back. I definitely want to have you back where
Oh,
we
for
could
sure.
like just just
And
talk
ask
about
Abuela about the deer lady. I'm even afraid to say her name. That thing.
That thing. Definitely the thing we'll come back to you on the next one. Yeah, but definitely.
Okay, so I put together some like rapid fires, and I would like to kind of like since we're getting towards the end here. Like I said, I told you I didn't want to keep you forever, and you got a DJ set here. You know, better yet, like so you DJ in Second Life, which is where we're all at right now.
Right.
How long have you been DJing? Like before I get to these rapid fire questions. Oh, and I still got to come back to this one thing that I marked down earlier.
You're fine.
But tell us about your Second Life.
My second
Like
life is my
yeah, your
second
Second
life.
life.
It's in my
How
Like
did
so,
you get introduced to the platform? Start there.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no. I started on another game, which is on IMV, which was it's just another
yeah,
game. I
yep.
think everybody comes from somewhere and eventually comes to Second Life to find something different, you know, different kind of way to interact with people, which is cool, you know. And music has been a part of my life. It's part of my culture, you know. Growing up, me and my grandpa, you know, taught me how to play the guitar, taught me how to sing, taught me how to do different things. I was in band, played the trumpet, you know, I was in band for 12 years. So music is definitely, you know, a part of my life. I love music. It's the first love of my life. It's always going to be there. It's never going to go anywhere. And then into
Mm,
that, into DJing on Second Life is just another way to interact with people also. You know, I DJ, and I don't just DJ like, oh, I'm big star DJing music and this, that. I'm just going to stay quiet on microphone. Like, no. The people on Second Life want interaction. You know, they want acknowledgement. They want, you know, to be seen, you know, and they come to you, my sets, to come and have fun and talk and hang out and be silly, be funny, be goofy. And I interact with them, you know, and point it out, and they're like, oh my God, I'm acknowledged. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's true.
hey.
Yeah.
So, you know, doing it back and forth and having a good time is, you know, the best thing. So, uh, that's why I do it. Like I like to DJ. You know, there's a skill behind it, and you can only acquire skill so much until you find that you know it's just like riding a bike. So once it becomes
yep.
like you're riding a bike, then you incorporate you know your interactions with people and having fun, and that's all it is. That's all it comes down to is having a good time, having fun with friends, just like we're here talking, having a blast. That's what DJing is for me too.
Right.
And I've been doing it for
Right.
6 years, so doing something right.
Oh, you're still a baby. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
I know, right?
Stop.
I see some people in here that are like 15 years old. I'm like, why?
Well, rip.
Wow.
Why? Like,
I've been
y'all,
here a really long time.
y'all went from
Yeah.
like little, what was it, those Avatar with the
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
lunchbox? I'm sure it was
Yes.
worse before that. And then now my friend just come on actually today, and he's like, I think I'm gonna get on Second Life. I was like, let's see your avatar. And he shows me. I was like, dude, my avatar didn't look like that until like a year later. What the hell? Like they have
I know
Right.
this
it's changed, right?
updated legacy body and looked ahead and new skin with the incorporated AO, so they're walking like normal, not like the weird little, what was it, staggered noob walk with the T pose.
We
Oh,
come we
yeah.
come from the age where our pants were part of our ankles, right?
Oh man, bomb. Did you have bomb clothing?
We had the tattoo layering
Yeah,
thing.
the
I
bomb.
started Estelle in 2007.
See, not I. Not I.
I can't think what am I? I'm at 10 years now, right? I
Yeah, I
think I
think so.
am. Yeah, I just can't. I just passed 10 years myself. Yeah, so that's funny. That's funny. But I've been DJing since 98. So that's what I was saying, the baby part.
Oh yeah.
We're the seniors. We're seniors.
Yeah, we're the senior side of SL, I guess. Well, not me so much. I still, man, I'm only 10 years in. There's plenty of people older than me.
Oh, for
And there's
sure.
probably
Oh
some of the
yeah.
ones listening on your stream are probably older than me as well. So okay, so I want to talk about this real quick because you brought it up, and it's kind of a hot topic right now for the paranormal UFO side of things that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Los Alamos.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how do I word this without getting my house targeted by the letter agencies?
Mira, if that's the case, don't ask the question. Next.
No, I got to. Uh,
I'm not trying to
what
play that.
what are your she said, "Mira." What are your
We got a kid
what
to think about.
what are your thoughts on I guess the things that are going on right now that are coming out of, like, not just Los Alamos, but that's kind of a centerpiece at the moment. And without going too much in detail, I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the
The
scientists
files.
yeah. Well, the files, yes, but the scientists right now.
The scientists right now,
Uh,
I think, are just, I think, glad that they're able to speak about these things finally. That they've not been able to do so for 75 years. You know,
I'm
I
their
I
think he's talking
jobs
about the
were at stake.
scientists that do speak about it and then they're like unalived.
the ones, yeah, I'm talking about the 12 in particular right now that are missing and or presumed dead
Oh, they're
because of
probably
their
not
link.
alive. I don't think
Okay.
that they
Yeah.
are. I don't think that they are because with all everything that's coming out, like they they've seen too much. Why are they gonna keep them
Right.
alive? And which is sad. Don't get me wrong, it's really sad.
Hmm.
Like I don't think that that's fair. That they have to, these people that they come across these things, like I have a nephew that's in the Navy, and what if he sees something and he's not supposed to see it? Like what's gonna happen to him?
Right.
That's
Right.
how it is for these scientists. Like they saw something when they were assigned to do something scientifically to prove something to this government, and they proved it to be actually real, and now they're missing. That's not fair.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. I had to ask because of, you brought up Los Alamos earlier, so I definitely wanted to circle back on that. Because I forgot I mean, that's not that far from you whatsoever.
No, it's not. It's a little bit. Um, it's between like Albuquerque and Santa Rosa. It's like in the whole triangle between Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and Santa Rosa. There's Los Alamos on the northwestern side, and then where I live is Roswell, which is below. Uh, Albuquerque. Okay, so then
Right.
on below towards Texas is Alamogordo, and in Alamogordo they have uh, an Air Force base there with the White Sands. I don't know if you ever heard of White Sand. Literally, it's a
Yes, yeah.
whole area of White Sand. They actually did the Transformer movie, the first one there in White Sands, in replica of being in the Middle East. So they filmed there, filming this scene or whatever. All you see is a bunch of white sand. But they have a area that nobody's allowed to go to. It's completely off except for scientists who do missile launches and missile testing and things there. Nothing lives there, so that was the best place for them to do it. Which I think is where they actually tested the atom bomb too. So it was produced in Los Alamos, tested in White Sands.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and I think, going back to the scientists that were involved in all of that, I don't think that they even were even allowed to talk about that then, because they were like, what, racing the Russians at the time?
Oh yeah, no, you definitely trying to get to the moon. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
not to
The
the
whole Cold
moon,
War and
but
the
not
whole
to the
Cold
moon, but
War in
just the
general.
development of this bomb. The first country to create this bomb successfully, recorded, documented, filmed, and everything. Like, America was the first one to do it.
Sure. Right.
So
Right. Right.
it's crazy
Um,
here in New Mexico, man. I'm telling you, there's so much different
I
things that ties into the United States.
I've personally I've been to New Mexico. I did not get to go to Roswell. I've been to Albuquerque. Probably some of the most beautiful country. Honestly, it's so pretty.
Oh yeah,
Especially when the sun is setting. You know, when it's starting to get night and it's just over top of the desert.
I
Yeah,
hear
I
that a
mean
lot.
it's so pretty compared to some of the other places that I've been. But we definitely want to check out. I mean, I think that this is going to be like a trip for us this summer.
That'd
Oh
be
yeah,
great.
road trip.
Yeah, road tripping for us. We're gonna head out that way and see. Because my wife, she's not been anywhere out
Definitely
west
come
really.
around
I mean,
like the 4th of
you can
July. That's when all the UFO festival stuff starts to happen. That's when you
right.
get all your people in cosplay come out, and the people with their dogs dress them up, and we have
Uh-huh.
vendors in the streets, and food vendors, and clothing vendors, and tattoo vendors, different things, you know, concerts and giveaways, prizes, different things are happening for that, which is coming up soon. I think, yeah, in July.
July. Nice. Sweetheart, do you have a question before I get to these rapid fire questions?
No, go for it. I mean,
Okay.
yes, but when we bring it back.
She's like, shoot.
Well, so I was trying to keep we're a little over an hour. I want to make sure that you have enough time to, be ready for your
You're
DJ
good.
set that's here in a little bit
You're
and
good. You're
everything
good.
else. So rapid fire questions real quick. Roswell at night, peaceful or creepy?
Both.
Oh, you can't give me both. Now you gotta tell me why.
That's not rapid fire then. Both.
I know.
Because growing up, being the little rebellious kid, teenager that I was, would walk around the streets and especially around haunted things and schools that were shut down. You see things, okay, that we've caught on. I don't know if we still have it, but there was a video because we used to hang out at our old elementary school, but it got shut down, and we would like throw rocks and this and that at the wall, whatever. We were kids. We would fuck shit up all the time. But one time they were hanging out without me. I wasn't around. But they showed me a video that they caught of this cat was jumping and was running along, whatever. It climbed up this pole, a light post, and then it flew away into something
Wait,
else.
what?
What? And there
That was a
might be
witch.
video. Is this what
Eso
you
fue
did? You say that?
a
It
bruja.
was
That was a
it
bruja.
was it was with the little flip phone that they showed me this thing, and I'm like, it's the 90s. Why didn't we keep this? What happened?
It's-
But I
Okay, all
remember
right.
wow.
seeing it like with my own eyes that this thing actually climbed up the pole, was at the very top, was sitting as a cat, flew away as a bird. What the fuck?
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Wow.
we gotta look more into this one too. Okay. So rapid fire is going to shit.
Next. Next.
uh, aliens, are they visitors, watchers, or a myth?
I think they're watchers. I
Okay.
don't think that they're a myth, and they're definitely visiting people who are openly open to accept the willingness of the visit, but definitely watching over all of us.
Got it. Okay. UFO crash, cover up, confusion, or something stranger?
Cover up, but they're covering it up because it's something that actually happened. You know what I mean? Like people in that time, and then
Right.
from that time to this time, there was no way people could comprehend in their mind that something like that actually exists. I think that's why it's coming all out now. That people can
Mhm.
actually openly be open now versus then. Definitely not.
Right.
Plus,
The
with the
stigma.
technology, everyone can see. It's not something that can be hidden now.
Look,
People
Right.
look at
streaming live all the time, and yeah.
look at your little flip phone that was okay. First, look at your first very mobile phone, and it was a fucking brick. Okay, so now
Yeah.
you have a phone that flips out 3 different ways into a tablet.
Well, yeah, my thing is that the phones that we have in our pockets right now or on your computer desk right now are more powerful than the space shuttle. The space shuttle landed on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
They have more processing power. So those things now are our phones now
Dude,
are
my
just
brother,
like
my brother was
the
in the Air
ultimate.
Force and has seen so much shit he's not allowed to talk about. It would blow your
Mm.
mind. He can't say what, but he's told me, he's like, just know that there are things in technology that the United States have that they're not sharing with us that is more advanced than what we're
Heck
the
yeah, the
knowledge
reverse
of.
engineering.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay.
believe most of the stuff we're seeing in the sky right now is us. Okay, keep going. That's a whole
Right.
nother podcast.
Definitely.
Bigfoot in New Mexico, possible or no way?
Yes. Yes, definitely. There's
Okay.
been too much with that as a positive thing, like that it's a guaranteed thing that is out there. Definitely.
All right. Best alien movie.
Oh, like creepy or good?
Just your best alien movie.
Oh, so far, my best alien movie that I've seen recently is Hail Mary.
Hail Mary. Hold on. I gotta write
It
that down. I don't know that
it
I've seen
just
that.
came out like this month. It's so
We got that
good.
Disclosure one coming out next month.
I want to see
Steven
that one.
Spielberg.
Yeah. I want to see the new
That
Disclosure
one,
movie.
one's gonna
Yes.
be good too. I want to see that. I definitely
Yeah.
watch a lot of alien movies. You know,
Right. Right.
creepiest one
Absolutely.
growing up that I've seen growing, it was War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
Oh
Creepy.
yeah.
Creeped
Yeah.
me
That was
out so much.
that's a wild one.
For
That
sure,
one
yeah.
and what was the ones that were tied to that? They were tied to that movie of War of the Worlds. I can't remember what they're called now. And somebody in your chat might know, Dark, but I can't recall.
Crypto
Clover
says
Lane or
Clover Lane.
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. Yeah, those were tied to War of the Worlds, were they not?
I think so.
I think so too. Yeah, yeah, I think they were.
Crypto says
Okay.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
that
yeah,
was mine. Back from Mars.
yeah,
The
yeah.
X-Files.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
the X Files. Yeah, the
Yep.
X Files was definitely.
And then the
Yeah.
Twilight Zone.
And then there was V, right? Remember that V? Remember V?
Oh
Remember
yeah.
back in the 80s? Anyways.
That was way back.
I'm just showing my age. It was good. Look it up.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Crypto probably knows that
Best
one.
best food in Roswell.
Oh, Mexican
Tortilla's
food,
house.
of course. Yes, but she don't let anybody in. No, we have the best. Believe it or not, like I like a lot of the Native American words, the fry bread, the Native
Mm.
American taco that is just so good. So it's the fry bread, and then you have your meat, and you have your beans, and your cheese, your lettuce, your tomatoes, your sour cream, all together. It's so great. And you add in your green chili, your red chili, definitely salsa and chips on the side. And you have your horchata, and then your mangoes, and it's great.
Man, sounds delicious.
I'm hungry. That just made me so hungry. Oh man. Okay. So weirdest thing about Roswell, besides the normal, what's the weirdest thing about Roswell?
The weirdest thing about Roswell is the people. We're a little bit weird, but we're
I've
fun.
heard that.
We're
I have
fun at
totally
least.
heard that. I have totally heard that. Okay. Most underrated thing about Roswell.
Underrated. What can I say? What's underrated here? It's so hard to actually know that there's something underrated here. Just Roswell itself, I feel like, is underrated sometimes because we're so
Mm.
small. People are like, oh, I've been and passed through there like a blink of an eye, and I'm like, yeah, well, stick around. Look around. There's a lot to look at.
Got to keep it real with you. Like, I don't know how big Roswell is whatsoever because the only thing I've ever seen about Roswell is that gas station that has the UFO on the truck.
That's funny. It's
Is
not
that the UFO museum by chance? Is that what that is? Is that the UFO museum?
The UFO by the truck? No.
Like, so no, so they got like an old truck that has it's an old tow truck that has like a UFO hanging from it on the back end. Like everybody, when you think of Roswell, that's what people think of because that's what everybody takes like a video of or a picture of.
I'm sure they take a picture of it, but I think the most like the iconic thing here in Roswell is the museum itself because it used to be a movie theater that they turned into the UFO museum. And yeah, like Crypto said, the McDonald's because it's literally a spaceship where the kids can play. But I think
Oh,
Roswell in
that's
itself is
amazing.
underrated itself as far as like, oh, UFO capital of the world, and like definitely, like where else are you gonna find this? To me, it's like it could be better. Of course, it could always be better, but it's whether the people that own the things to actually make it better for the people to come here while visiting. And they have upgraded some things from my growing up to what it is now. It's definitely improved. But yeah, I think overall, just the city itself, the people, the culture, everything here is just a little bit underrated because they just fly through it, going to where they got to go, whether it's to Lubbock, Texas, or Albuquerque or Santa Fe. So
Mhm.
yeah.
All right, final rapid fire question. Like these have been rapid. Anyways, if aliens landed tomorrow, would Roswell panic or throw a party?
I think we'll throw a party.
Man,
We'll be
that's my kind
partying
of
it up.
people, man. It's my kind
Let's
of
go.
people.
Let's get a DJ booth. Let's throw out a vendors. We got all the food trucks on Main Street. We're just gonna cruise. Let's have a party.
That's epic. That's so epic. Babe, do you have any question?
No, good.
Okay. So I guess final question or one of the finals here. I think I might have
Second final
maybe,
question.
yeah,
Right?
maybe two more. Where can people find you or contact or connect with you?
Oh, Second Life, Facebook, mostly is where I'm on, and Discord if I let you.
Right, right, right. So what we'll do is any of the links that you are willing to share,
Yeah, for sure.
just yeah, just send them over to me, and I'll make sure that they go into the description of the video here and in
We'll
the
do,
show
we'll do.
notes and things like that.
So my
Yeah.
microphone for the first part of this wasn't working on my end, but y'all were heard, but I fixed it finally, so now they could hear us like halfway through. I don't know, it'll be there on my YouTube. You can watch it. We obviously had a few people watching, 3 viewers. It's good.
Right.
It's better than none.
Right,
We're
and
good.
when yeah, and when this is over, like I'll do just some basic editing to it,
Okay,
but
cool.
it'll go live, and
Awesome.
I'll send you the version as well, just in
Mhm.
case
And I
you're
also
able
will be
to
sharing that on my Facebook for everybody to see.
sweet. All right, so I guess we'll finish up here. Do you have anything for us though, right off the like that you can think of, Dark?
What do you believe actually
Oh
happened
my
out
god.
here?
Oh, okay. I was like, there's a whole
Um,
bigger conversation.
I mean, what do you
so
believe ending could be a lot of things, but I mean about the UFO crash itself, like what is your take on it?
my take personally is that it happened. That there has been since that day. That was the day that disclosure happened. Because for some reason they felt like the people of the time at that time they were not going to be able to handle the idea of an outside life force with more technology, more education, if you will, just smarter in general life. They weren't going to be able to handle that, and I don't know why. And because of that, it has taken 70 plus years, and we're still kind of in the same predicament now, to where it's a it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's just not for some reason they think that we can't handle it now when I think we're very much more open-minded when it comes to things like that because of movies and because of you know people like myself when we grew up listening to like Art Bell on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Um you know like one of my favorite shows of all time, Coast to Coast AM. And things like this and I don't feel like it carries the same stigma as it used to.
Yeah.
So therefore they should let us know anything that they've been hiding, quote unquote, from us since then. Growing up growing up in Dayton with Right Pat being in my backyard, We know things are weird. We know that something was brought from Roswell to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, put in Hangar 18, and swept away under the rug for the rest of, time that's happened so far.
Right.
Why they are hiding that, we don't know. Why they even cover up that there is not a hangar, or there is not, and there never was a Hangar 18, when there's records showing that there was.
Right.
There's so much beyond this, and it only makes you, a person, to keep you from going insane. It just makes you think that, um it just all adds up to there is something more, and they're just not wanting to tell us about it. This disclosure that is slowly coming out,
Hmm.
I don't know what I feel about that. Just because of everything they've hid from us for so long. I'm taking everything with a grain of salt. I'm doing
Definitely.
my own I'm doing my own investigating when it comes to that. To say, hey, could this be something just trying to get us to
Be distracted.
uh be distracted? Yeah.
Think
And
so.
yeah, like, so why are they distracting us with this finally after 75 years? You know what I mean?
Because
And
there's so many other things in the world going on right now that they don't want us to focus on.
no, exactly, exactly. And that was kind of like a conversation that we could definitely have
For
as a
another
whole
time.
nother podcast.
Yeah, but that
But
definitely is my
yeah,
statement for that.
yep, yeah. So that's what I think. Sweetheart, what do you go ahead?
Oh, I agree with everything you said, but I'm sitting on my virtual hands on this because then if this will branch out for another 3 or 4 hours when you're talking about what are they distracting us from.
Right.
Because it's
Exactly.
not just you got the disclosure on this, then you got these damn ticks that are now being released everywhere that
Yes.
make people like they are actually literally attacking people and make you allergic to like animal
Right.
products like meat and everything. So what's why is that? Thank you very much. And then we got this new pandemic that's coming that so I yeah
Right.
I'm not going to go there just yet. But I agree.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you on to talk more about a whole
I'd
nother
be
side of.
gladly come
Yeah,
back. Gladly. Whatever
yeah,
you want to chat about, we'll make it 3 hours. I don't care. We could go.
absolutely. We will do that. That's no joke. We will definitely do that. Do you have any final thoughts, or anything dark that you would like to share with everybody, or are you good?
um,
Come to my set.
right? Come to my sets. Come to D
Well,
Block.
I mean,
Come to
we're
wherever
online.
we are. Like, support your DJs. They love you.
Yeah.
I mean, we do it for the people. We don't do it for ourselves. Let's be
You're right. You're
honest.
working hard for us.
I mean, it's fun for us, interactions and things. Like I said, it's what we love to do. But you gotta love it for the right reasons. There's so many people that do it for the wrong reasons.
That's true. That's true. I've been doing it too long not to love it for the right reasons. That's for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. All right. Dark, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on the
much. It
show.
was so nice meeting
It's
you
nice to meet you both
officially.
too.
Yes.
Officially.
Yeah. Thanks for
Un
coming
placer.
on. Thanks for coming on and giving us like the local side of Roswell. It's something that honestly I've never got to chat with somebody from Roswell. So it's been a little enlightening. We appreciate that. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Um, yeah, it's not just like the headline. It was the lived in version.
Right.
And that's pretty cool. For everyone listening, remember this: sometimes the strangest places are not strange because of what's happening there. They're strange because of people not stop. They never stopped asking questions. This has been Escape the Matrix Radio. We appreciate you guys. This is Echoes from the Matrix, the segment. Until next time, keep watching the skies, keep questioning